Welcome to the dish segment. Frasier's going to try to break another crown here on the toffee. It's all good stuff. And listen, I feel bad, Frasier.
I got to have something before you devour it.
No, now listen, I feel terrible. Last year for Christmas, all I got you was that T-shirt that said world's largest source of natural gas.
Right.
Which you wear all the time.
Right, at home. I garden in it.
This year I'm going to kick it up a notch.
Really?
I got you a little something.
What'd you get me?
I got you a little something here. How about this bad boy? It is your Avatar Survival Kit. Everything you need for your upcoming trip to Pandora.
Really?
Including a coconut and a lemon, for some reason, apparently. You need a lemon. Yeah. You like that? Apparently the coconut's your favorite. Here's the deal. You're going to love this kit, and you're going to love the real deal.
All right. I'm excited.
Avatar,
tell me about it.
Well, it opened last night at midnight. In just the first showing alone, it garnered $3.5 million. Now, we sat down last night for the first screening, and it is a long film. I'm going to tell you now, it's about 2 hours, 40 minutes, but it blew me away.
Really?
This movie is crammed with some of the most beautiful stuff you'll ever see in the theater. And I wasn't alone in falling in love with it.
Very moving. It's a very powerful message, and it's beautiful. It's really beautiful to watch.
I was very cognizant of the 3D and what I've been hearing about it, but then the story kind of sucks you in, and after that it's just a great movie.
I loved it. I agree. There's something like emotionally touching about the story.
Visually, it all kind of blended together. It's hard to tell what was fake and what was real.
I came and saw this, and it's the Star Wars of my generation. It's just mind-blowing.
The Star Wars of his generation. I don't think he's exaggerating. The movie's in wide release today, and here's my take. The story itself is nothing new. It's kind of got a Dances with Wolves meets Pocahontas meets The Matrix, But Cameron brought something truly unique and original. He brought his own touch to it. The technology will leave you spellbound. You have got to go experience this movie.
Well, I heard the one guy said it was hard to tell where the technology and the reality, where you couldn't, the lines were blurred. So was it that good?
It was that good. Normally when they make CGI humans, it's really easy to tell the humanoids
they don't move
right.
Right.
In this movie, they got it down. I mean, all of the aliens, of course, are CGI, and they just look like they're real.
And you said it was beautiful, too. It seems to be filled with color. There seems to be a lot of color.
Oh, yeah. The home planet is just this beautiful, native, rich, lush planet. It's just what movies are supposed to be.
I know you got to head out to L.A., but quickly, appropriate for children?
Not little kids, because I think it's kind of intense. There's a lot of battle scenes, and the 3D is pretty powerful.
Yeah.
But I would say, teenagers on up, for sure.
And the 3D is it's crisp.
Oh, you're going to
You don't leave with a headache going, oh.
No. Would you just go see the movie
already?
Asking me a million questions about it.
Go to L.A. I got to eat another brownie.
All right, we are the only station that heads out to L.A. Heads out to La every day. TMZ.com. Nina is out there now. How you doing, Nina?
Hey, good. How are you?
Have you seen Avatar?
I have not seen it yet.
What are you waiting for, Nina?
I know. I'm going to see it eventually, if I can ever get out of here.
Yeah, I know. Harvey works you very hard there at TMZ on all the big stories. One of the big stories today is kind of disturbing. A judge on America's Best Dance Crew got busted, right?
Yes, he was arrested this morning around 8 a.m. For child molestation charges. So 8 acts. This is a really big deal. These were actually acts that happened in 1994 with someone who was at least 10 years younger than himself. Not quite sure how this all came about and why it happened today. We haven't been able to get a hold of his camp, but he is being held on over $500,000 bail right now. So, definitely not a good look for him. And, their files, we've actually printed the papers on our website so people can take a look at it. It's pretty horrifying to read.
Yeah, that is some bad news for sure, Nina. Let's talk something a little more jovial. When I think of two people that belong together, it's not Dave Frasier and myself, for sure, but Martha Stewart and Snoop Doggy Dogg.
I wouldn't have thought it would have been such a great pair, but to watch the two of them together is pretty awesome.
Today is Christmas Cookie Day. And I thought that, who could be better to make Christmas cookies than Snoop Dogg? And we wanted us to make green-colored brownies. How come green?
Green is environmental, and it's...
Green is 12 ounces.
12 ounces?
Yeah, 12 ounces. 12 ounces. Which is different.
Are you sure those are those 12 ounces?
Yeah, we measured it. We measured it exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
We got some ounces in the building.
So, one at a time.
When do we add
The eggs.
No,
the stuff?
Yeah.
Well, later.
Okay.
Later. And that's secret.
Okay.
Can't you rap while we're doing this? Tell me what you're doing and rap.
Trying to bake some brownies, but we missing the most important part of the brownies.
Which is.
No sticks, no seeds.
Which is.
Wow. Well, I don't understand, Nina. What was he talking about?
I have no clue. I know, but they sound like the most delicious brownies ever.
Yeah, and then you're hungry for more after you eat them. You know how that works. Hey, Nina, we got to run, but real quick, what are your plans for the holidays out there in Los Angeles?
You know, I am not from Los Angeles. I'm actually from the Bay Area, San Francisco area. So I'm going to be flying back up there and hanging out with my parents.
Oh, good. Hope you have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you. You too.
Take it easy, girlfriend.
Bye.
Reporting there live from Los Angeles, as I call it. I make one mistake. Frazier, reminds me constantly.
Volcano?
Volcano. Los Angeles. It is a little-known fact that Dave Frazier was considered for the role of Sherlock Holmes. But as we all know, Dave is completely clueless. Oh, I got you. So we'll take Robert Downey Jr. instead in the first Sherlock Holmes movie to hit theaters in over 20 years.
This looks intense.
Guy Ritchie directed the film, which co-stars Jude Law, and Jude tells us his character Watson is no bumbling idiot.
It was absolutely intentional. When I was asked to play the part, I had no idea that was as true to the source material as it was. I always presumed, like everyone else, that he was this slightly portly, older gentleman who got in Sherlock's way. But then when you look at the books and you realise that Sherlock Holmes wouldn't put up with the company of an idiot, and indeed relies on him as a support, and indeed in a way as a crutch almost, to lean his somewhat flawed brilliance on. I don't know, it was like a mine of stuff to chew on.
People always tell me I look like...
Say crutch?
He said crutch.
Okay.
Do you think I look like him? Everyone says I look like Jude Law.
Everybody's lying to you.
Thanks, Frage.
No, I don't think so.
Sherlock Holmes opens nationwide Christmas Day. Let's face it, people, Dave and I bring one thing to this show: raw, manly sex appeal.
You got it.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look at us. Come on. But there's always room for one more shirtless stud, isn't there? Just a few weeks back, I sat down for the Denver exclusive with Taylor Lautner of New Moon. Now, the buff bad boy has signed on to a brand new film. This time, Taylor will star in an action flick called Cancun. He'll play an awkward college student who travels to Cancun for spring break, and hilarity ensues. I don't know, a movie with Taylor Lautner on the beach, you think he'll go shirtless for that one?
Maybe not.
Cue the teenage screaming girls.
See about 12?
Hey, it's Splitsville for John and Kate. The couple officially kaput after 10 years of marriage, 8 kids, and a year of tabloid headlines. The lawyer for Kate says she'll keep the home in eastern Pennsylvania, and she will be the primary caretaker of the couple's twins and sextuplets. A rep for John says he's traveling and he has no comment. Hopefully we're done with that story forever.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That's it. No more John and Kate.
No more John and Kate. Psst, they're kaput.
Done.
Well, we're talking about our sex appeal, and everyone knows this. I'm not a cougar. I'm a manther. Or I'm a manipotamus. But these days, a lot of my female counterparts, known as cougars, are actually going under the knife to be the best cougars they can be.
Yeah. Up next, we're talking with 2 local plastic surgeons about this growing trend.